Do not post attempted coordination of or recitement for adult sexual activities, including but not limited to filmed sexual activities, pornographic activities, strip club shows, live sex performances, erotic dances, sexual erotic or tantric massages, explicit sexual solicitation by, including but not limited to, the following: offering or asking for, sex or sexual partners, sex chat or conversations, nude images, implicit sexual solicitation, which we define as an offer or request to engage paired with at least one of the following elements, none of which violate our community standards on their own. Suggestive statements such as looking for a good time tonight, sexualized slang, sexual hints such as mentioning sexual roles, sex positions, fetish scenarios, state of arousal, act of sexual intercourse or activity, sexual penetration or self-pleasuring, commonly sexualized areas of the body such as the breasts, groin, or buttocks, state of hygiene of genitalia or buttocks. Content, hand-drawn or real-world art that may depict explicit sexual activity or suggestively posed persons. An offer or ask for other adult activities such as commercial pornography, nude images unless modeling context is clear, sexually explicit language that goes into graphic detail beyond mere reference to, a state of sexual arousal, wetness or erection, an act of sexual intercourse, sexual penetration, self-pleasuring, or exercising fetish scenarios. 15. Cruel and insensitive. We believe that people share and connect more freely when they do not feel targeted based on their vulnerabilities. As such, we have higher expectations for content that we call cruel and insensitive, which we define as content that targets victims of serious physical or emotional harm. Do not post content that depicts real people and mocks their implied or actual serious physical injuries, disease or disability, non-consensual sexual touching, or premature death. 4. Integrity and authenticity. 16. Spam. We work hard to limit the spread of commercial spam to prevent false advertising, fraud, and security breaches, all of which detract from people's ability to share and connect. We do not allow people to use misleading or inaccurate information to collect likes, followers, or shares. Do not artificially increase distribution for financial gain, create or use fake accounts or compromise other people's accounts to impersonate or pretend to be a business, organization, public figure, or private individual. Attempt to create connections, create content, or message people. Restrict access to content by requiring people to like, share, or recommend before viewing. Encourage likes, shares, or clicks under false pretenses. Maliciously use login credentials or personally identifiable information by attempting to gather or share login credentials or personally identifiable information, using another person's login credentials or personally identifiable information, promise non-existent Facebook features. 17. Misrepresentation. Authenticity is the cornerstone of our community. We believe that people are more accountable for their statements and actions when they use their authentic identities. That's why we require people to connect on Facebook using the name they go by in everyday life. Our authenticity policies are intended to create a safe environment where people can trust and hold one another accountable. Do not misrepresent your identity by using a name that does not abide by our name policies, providing a false date of birth, misuse our profile's product by creating a profile for someone under 13 years old, maintaining multiple accounts, creating inauthentic profiles, sharing an account with any other person, creating another account after being banned from the site, evading the registration requirements outlined in our terms of service, impersonate others by using their images with the explicit aim to deceive people, creating a profile assuming the persona of or speaking for another person or entity. Creating a page assuming to be or speak for another person or entity for whom the user is not authorized to do so. Posting imagery that is likely to deceive the public as to the content's origin if the entity or an authorized representative objects to the content and can establish a risk of harm to members of the public.